The WWC, what the world is watching.
Today we are going to touch on a lot of different topics. You had questions, we got answers. Let's get into it.
600 plus days of last war grinding, battles fought, lessons learned, strategies mastered. When we talk, you level up. Welcome to the Warzone Wrecking Crew.
Welcome everybody into the WWC QB18 here, and today we are going to go through a bunch of odds and ends to clean up for people, and T11 fresh update I will just give you from my perspective. Couple outstanding issues I just wanted to address, but before I begin, I did want to just thank everybody for the comments and questions, the likes, the subscribes. It's just been an unbelievable journey so far. We've only been doing this for just over 5 weeks. We're heading towards 1,500 subscribers. Discord keeps filling up. Your questions, the community's helping answering things and getting better. It's just fun. And so thank you all. We'll have more giveaways coming up too for both Discord and our YouTube subscribers. So more to come there. I did want to address a couple things. One, I did talk about in the profession videos some free-to-play from a selfish perspective, and that was counted on. And yes, so when I give out some of these videos, what I'm trying to do is the same way when I help my alliance. I'm not giving people high spender advice. So typically, high spender advice is useless to free to play. I had somebody I was talking to yesterday in my alliance, and they were telling me that they received advice one time from a whale, and they were saying, "Hey, all you need to do is turn all your gear mythic and whatever." And it's like, okay, that's great. How is that going to help them? They understand they need to get their equipment mythic, but how is a free to play player going to do that? They're trying to, right? So what I'm trying to do is put myself in that person's shoes when I give advice. I'm not giving them advice from a high spender. I'm giving them advice from that perspective of how I've learned from the game and what I've seen, and if I was in their shoes, what I would do. That's where my advice is coming from. So when I talk to free-to-play and I say selfish, yes, if you are free-to-play and you're trying to build your base and your buffs, you need to be selfish. And the people that are spending should be looking after the low spender and free-to-play. You're getting yourself an advantage. Give back. Give back and help those people out any way you can. And it comes to being unselfish for free-to-play and low spenders. Well, that would be devoting their time to you, to the rallies, to the playing the game, to the chat, to when we're doing Warzone duels and they're out of troops and they're putting their bases on the field. That's where they're giving back. They're helping and giving back to the Alliance. But don't ask them to donate buffs. When I talk about some like win-win and it's a 1 point for a war leader, like don't ask if free-to-play wants to do it. That's good. That's awesome. But I will say there shouldn't be an expectation that they do it. Don't ask them to give their buffs up. They are already, from their perspective, are seeing this wide gap that they're trying to close, that the game is creating. So don't judge them on what they're doing with their resources and buffs. They need to do it for themselves and everything that they can to help themselves. So help them out, not necessarily the other way around, okay? Here, when you're getting a lot of the information, I wanted to also talk about, so from our place, we're giving you honest information and where we're coming from. So we talk about T11s and we say there's things that we don't know. That's the truth. We don't know some things. We don't know some information, like what Tier 11s are going to do for you. Are they going to be forever? We don't think so. Like, we honestly don't. We don't want to sit here and make you fear that you're never going to get them and build all this nonsense up. Why? Who is that helping? So I'm just bringing it to you real that it takes a long time for like the T11s to get in here. What I have done, I've gone from 2% to 15% so far since I've been paying. So that's 13% for this glove. I will bring you the news as we go, but understand the people that are paying are going to get these things first, and the people that are then mid spenders are going to get it, and low spenders and then free to play. That's how this game goes. But to think that it's going to be 6 months is absurd without any basis for that, other than the calculations. Like your calculations, you were trying to figure out how you were going to get percentage. Big waste of time, because the one thing you didn't factor in is now in the Alliance store for diamonds, you can get cores and materials here. And in the Alliance, you can get materials here. And then in the weekly store, we know that now there are materials in the weekly pass store, right? And yeah, do I recommend you get these? Absolutely. I would recommend that you get the core. But I also recommend you get drone components and drone parts. And if you ask me where I think a low spender should be prioritizing, I would say that you should be in gears and components and not necessarily the core. Sure, core is good, but I can't recommend you to purchase it until I know the power of T11s. And that's the next thing I want to get into is I don't know for T11s how powerful they're going to be. So nobody does. Until I can use them and show you, wow, guys, you really should be prioritizing. Get these. They're going to be so useful with no stars. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest with you. And same with VIP. Do I recommend for a free to play and low spender to spend your diamonds on core and materials? I can't do that. I can't do that in good conscience because I don't know that it's going to necessarily benefit you or need to get those T11s immediately until I get my hands on them and can actually see it. So it's up to you whether you want to spend your diamonds in there, but you are making a risk in using your diamonds to speed it up. You're going to get them faster. I just don't know that it's going to be the emergency that everybody's creating for these T11s. The other thing I will point out with the T11s, though, that is very interesting, is the game has made it so that you really have to focus on the count, the 3192, which also, if you take a larger view of what the game is telling you, build one team, right? They're telling you that one team, they're taking the maximum that you have that one team, and they're putting that here for your group size, and they're saying, hey, get that one team stronger, and you'll get that count up, which also is telling you build one team out. So my advice to you would be like, if you're a free to play or low spender and you're not building a third team, or your third team is so weak, don't put resources into it. Don't build out a center that's going to use a crap ton of resources that's specific to a team that you are not going to use. Okay? Don't. Build your first team out. If you want to build your second team out, okay. But even your second team, make sure you're prioritizing the things that you need to do. Same with mastery, okay? I understand when you go into mastery that the beginning of the masteries are very easy. The only way you would be rushing to do some kind of mastery is to unlock the what I call whale-tical, right? The tactical, but it's really whale-tical, because there's so much valor that's needed to use to get this and up this tech center that you're not going to be in here. You shouldn't be in here right now if you haven't developed your siege, your defense, your original mastery, and then your secondary mastery. I want your second team to be stronger before you worry about what's in tactical. Come on, folks. Let's just build properly, right? Let's not rush this game. We didn't rush anything else. Let's not rush this. Do your tech properly. And please don't spread it out. Stop spreading out your mastery. Put your focus into one team, then your focus into the second team. I beg of you. Okay. I did want to just quickly note that if you, there was somebody who was asking me about questions in their native language. Can they ask questions? Yes, on YouTube, if you put in comments your question in your native language, I will answer you in your native language. So feel free. The next thing I want to talk about is hospitals. There was a lot of conversations around whether somebody should build their hospital because they manage it so fast at 1,000 a clip that they can clean their hospital, so there's no need to make it larger. It makes no sense to me. As a fighter, I can tell you, I'm too busy on the battlefield to have to click on my hospital every 2 seconds. I'm in the battle. There's things I need to worry about in the battle. Who is fighting me? What's their strength? What's their what squad are they using to fight me? Did they just win that battle? Do I need to move? Do I need to help an alliance member? The alliance member that I'm helping, did that first squad just leave? Because I need to put my second squad. If you're in the battle, you need to be in the battle. You need to analyze what's going on and what you're doing in your part. Listen, if you're free to play and all your troops are gone and all you're doing is putting your base out on the land to use up space, sure, in that instance, you're not going to use your hospital. But if you're actually in the battle fighting and you're trying to be in there analyzing how to fight and who to fight, you don't have time to be in your hospital real quick. And I will say, if it's so fast for you to empty your hospital, then why wouldn't you want it larger? Why wouldn't you want it to be 15K? So that way somebody can hit you and fill that thing up. You can then port somewhere in the land and empty it so fast. You say you can empty it so fast at 1,000 a clip, then wait until it gets to 15K and empty it 1K at a time. Go ahead. But I don't understand why you wouldn't want to make it so you don't have to worry about your hospital during battle. That's what I want. I'm going 13,000 to 17,000 right before the battle. That makes me so much stronger for my team. If you could give me a hospital with 35K, that allows me to stay on that battlefield so much longer to just sit there and battle. Now, I get it. It gets to the point your drill grounds aren't as big as your hospital. I'm exaggerating. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to lift your hospital to be bigger. Less of a chance, by the way, that you'll over your hospital and lose troops. There's just so many different reasons to lift your hospital for any level of play. So I will double down. You'll continue to hear me to tell you, focus and lift your hospital up. And people, if you're managing your hospital all during that battle every 2 seconds, then get your head in the battle and focus more on fighting. Come on, folks. Anyway, let's go into the base explanation. So how I lay out my base here was another thing that came up, and what I'm doing here and what my thoughts were. I hate decorations. This is where they are. I don't care. I don't care about them. I don't like them. I'm not Martha Stewart. I'm not going to lay out my base so I want to see this beautiful greenery or what. I don't care. I'm just functional. That's what I want my base. I put everything in one place so when I click, I can collect everything at once. Everything I need to collect is in one place. That's how I lay it out. My troops have to be built in the same spot where I am. 90% of the time I'm over here and I'm just spending time. My tech center just over here. It's all together so I can do it. And then I move over separately to then deco and then to the arena and then my hospitals. I have everything all together here. And then odds and ends type stuff I just put over here. I very rarely am going to even click on the majority of these buildings. I just don't have to. So I don't use it. Even these, now I'm doing it because of the T11s. But outside of that, when am I clicking on this stuff? So, that's how I lay it out. It's very simple. I don't care. Let's put it that way. So that's how I have it laid out because I'm just not, I need it to be functional. I don't need it to be pretty. I'm not going to walk people through my base. Most people don't see each other's bases as it is. So, anyway, that's my layout, what I do. Lastly, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to start doing lives more. I've had so many DMs in the game and questions to me on Discord asking me for more lives and to do, to be out there and to schedule more. So I'm going to be putting together a schedule. I know there's been amazing feedback in the battle reports that we've done from the Operation Sandbox. There are tons more to come for that as we focus. But that is all for today. I just wanted to give you a quick spotlight update on some of your outstanding questions and issues. Please subscribe. Hit me up on Discord. Join us. Great to have you along. QB18 out.